7,925 pounds. This is the light 312 bunkhouse here at Highland RV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you knew anything about the light series from Highland Ridge in the past, throw all of that away. Almost none of that applies anymore. I'll get to that in just a second. First, I do want to mention, I feel is important so that you know, you can see if we have one of these in stock and available anytime by visiting the link in our video description or contacting our sales team here at Highland RV, and we will tell you what we have in stock, what we are asking. You know, you don't have to give us a blood type and social security number. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We're supposed to be recreation and recreational vehicles. We try to make that happen. Now, actually, before I get too far along, you see the big pass-through storage compartment with the nicer, wider, taller doors. There is a laundry chute up here, so you can leave a laundry basket in this front compartment. Then when you get home, when you're tired, before you unpack, grab the basket, throw it inside, get the laundry going, deal with the rest tomorrow. That is also motion-sensitive lighting. It's not turning on because I don't have power run to the RV right now. We'll do that when we get inside. As I back up, you see that little solar portable prep port in the upper right corner. If you want one of those little portable panels, we offer those here at Highland RV. We have a full parts and service center. You know, we only do everything here at Highland RV. Whether it's offer a massive variety of RVs or hitching pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and pretty much everything in between. So why this one? Well, and how is it different from the previous lights from Highland Ridge, Open Range, whatever you want to call them, because those names are effectively interchangeable. Let's see. Well, let's start with how it's different first. The old light, which actually existed even earlier this year at the time of this filming anyway, the old light was extra wide, extra tall, extra heavy, extra expensive. And folks just found it was more extra than they needed. It was a little too extra. So Open Range said, you know what? Our Ultralite series, 8-wide lightweight RVs, is just on fire. Why don't we expand on that? So what they kind of did is they homogenized lines. This has the exact same construction, structure, all of that, as an Open Range Ultralite. You can think of this as a trim package upgrade above and beyond what the Ultra offers. That being said, this is one of the floor plans that's only offered in the Light series. There is no Ultralite offset to this. There's no 3120BH or anything like that, since that seems to be how their model numbers line up. So what is it about this one that why would you choose this one? Because there's lots of different versions of this out there. We carry different versions of this, whether it's the 332RB Springdale, the 34 TSB Cougar half-ton here at Highland's, which is very popular. Why this one? Because they all have little different advantages, you know. I mean, they've all got like power tongue jack, they've all got power awning, they've all got LED lighting. I'm not going to waste time talking about that, not any more than I just did, obviously. I want to show you where they're different. So you're going to start to see a bunch of little construction variances here. Like, let me try to block some sun so you can see. There you go. You can see this is aluminum screw trim on the corners, aluminum corner molding. They do that so that as compared to plastic corner trim, which is okay, it's been used in the industry for years, it holds up fine if you take care of it. But the idea behind the aluminum extrusions is that they fight heat expansion contraction better. It will hold itself together better. And that's one of the little reasons where you start to understand why this has a 3-year structural warranty. Now, you hear a lot of things about enclosed underbellies and heating and what's 4 seasons and thermal this and that. And the problem is there's way too much marketing propaganda and there's not enough good hard data on this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you true information and I'm going to let you decide. So this is an ultralight RV. It does not have specific extra thick insulated walls or anything silly like that because no ultralight does. However, it does have an enclosed underbelly. It has a heated underbelly. It has a cyclical heat return system to give better heat circulation in the underbelly. It also has a full insulation package in the underbelly. So you've got extra batten and radiant foil insulation in the underbelly to help protect you there. So it actually is a more heavily insulated lightweight than is industry standard. And that is a standard item on this. Now, there's no tested data on these. There's no published, proven, tested data on the new light trailers that says they have achieved any special, significant, additional cold camp rating. That being said, there's no reason why it shouldn't, but I don't say things that I don't know, at least not intentionally. I try to only use the training and the hard data that I have. So, all that being said, you decide what works for you, and it varies so much region to region. Little stuff, too, is kind of neat, like the little water docking station next to this outside grill hookup right here. The fact that that grill is like stand is present tells me that we did add the grill to this one, though you should understand that is not a standard feature. That's an extra thing that we've added to this one. The outside grills are optional. Kind of like backup cameras. Now, the reason we don't usually add backup or observation cameras, there's actually a difference there, is because we found that we can install them for those who actually do want them for the exact same money as you can get one from the factory. So why pay more? Sometimes people don't want them or don't care. Well, we're not going to price gouge you for the sake of someone that does. Now, we've got aluminum structure, plywood floor decking on top of aluminum studs. We have a plywood roof deck, actually, on this, which is pretty uncommon. That's a facet that this shares with its cousin, the Jayco Whitehawk, although their floor plans are wildly different. They're in the same family, you could say, but they're certainly not directly related. Now, one thing they did here, and one of the unique qualities that this does maintain from, well, as a member of the Highland family, because all Highlands have extra deep main slides. And it's a small difference, but it is one you can see and feel and appreciate, especially inside the RV. That main slide right there is a deeper 39-inch slide out versus a normal 36-inch slide. 3 inches doesn't sound like much, but it means that the furniture stays in the slide and it doesn't occupy floor space, and that's a big deal on a rainy day. Now, the roof, you can see, has an extreme vault to it. This has a full walk-on double vaulted roof, and that double vault actually helps with insulative qualities as well, because there's less of an insulation gap along the sidewalls. Little thing they did here, I just kind of keyed into, is on the light series as opposed to the Ultras, they're using this light gray accented awning arm. It's a small thing, but I like it. While we're looking at this, this is an easy tilt awning. It also has speakers built right into the awning heads up here. And what's neat about that is when the awning is open, it presumably when you're on your patio, you know, you think about that, it will keep your speakers pointing down toward your campsite, not blow the neighbors away. Now, I also want to address another thing here, because there's a push and a pull to everything. Someone's going to say, why did they put an awning over this big super slide? Isn't that kind of wasted? And you could say that, but do you realize how much money people pay to add slide awning toppers to RVs all the time? You basically, you just saved hundreds, if not a little over $1,000 right here, because this has basically a built-in slide awning topper with full-length LED lighting. How cool is that? So that's you could look at it either way. Now, if you disagree, then maybe you should be looking at the Cougar 34 TSB that we carry here at Haylitz, because they don't do that. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. Neither is wrong. They're different. That's why I like having different options here at Haylett RV. You know, there's a push and a pull to everything. What side of the coin do you want to be on? You know, if you think about it, in the summertime, that awning over this slide out, which is where your main seating in the RV is, it's got an additional sun protection, so the slide is not taking direct sun exposure. It'll keep you cooler inside, which is also part of the reason why you have all ventilating windows. You've got your slide side airflow windows here. Now in the lights, you're going to get frameless windows. In the Ultras, you still have sliding window panels. So once again, even within the Highland family, they give you two choices. Though again, this floor plan is only available in the Light series, not the Ultra. Low profile outside kitchen, and they've made a small little tweak to this that I'm very, very happy about. So little outside TV hookup over here, which is kind of cool. But you know, you look at it, you're like, oh, I've seen this show before. Well, you got Dad's medicine cabinet on the left, keeping the barley pop and the bottled water chilled. But you've got the non-wooden formed, like tin, aluminum, whatever, telescoping countertop here. You've got a handy little like phone charge station back in this corner back there. You see there is a power outlet, by the way. It is a good phone charge station. Also handy for keeping like sunscreen or bug spray or little stuff like that on the outside of the RV. But they've got a real sink, not a dog dish. And you notice that you have a full-time faucet. You have a full-time faucet that actually kind of recesses back into that alcove. They weren't the first to do it. I don't care. I love that it is done. I like that it's been done there. You got your gas grill quick connects down below, obviously, because you've got, you know, your bumper grill and your cooktop in the slide fixture there. That's actually got a dual connect on it. It's got one propane line, but it's got dual connect ports. so that you can run both the grill and the stove at the same time. I have seen some brands actually screw that up and not do that. The tricky part about this floor plan is one of the things I want to talk about is the tires and the suspension. But both sides of the RV have slides directly above the tire, so please review our photo tour if you don't follow what I'm laying down here. This has a rubber shock dampening Equiflex suspension system, and what that does is it soaks shocks and jolts in a front to back fashion. So as you go over bumps or hit your brakes real hard, the RV wants to push and shove and jab the vehicle. Well, that will help soak that up and make it not quite so rough an experience. Aluminum plank steps. Now, you're looking at this going, holy crap, there's a big step up to that first step. Part of the reason is because this is not on level ground. The steps are actually in a divot here on the lot. We have almost no flat spaces on the lot. I think only in the shop is everything level. We also have a friction hinged anti-slam entry door. You see how it caught itself. I recently found out, shame on me for not knowing this sooner, never really had a reason to look into it. Those are adjustable hinges, so if you want more or less tension, you can do that. We've had some people say, man, I really have to like slam that door to close it. I don't like doing that. Well, don't. I think we're good. Let's go inside. Now, whether we start from the bottom and work up or top and work down, what's great about the Highland Ridge Light and Ultras is that they have a lot of industry exclusive things, sometimes across the entirety of the industry, or at least within this category. By the way, if you're epileptic, you might want to close your eyes real quick because this has a extremely good lighting package in it. They've done a very good job of lighting it up like a Christmas tree in here because, again, not intended to be the dollar cheaper Ultralite. This is intended to be a very high equipment Ultralite. But we're already looking up here, so let's look from the top down. We have a vaulted ceiling inside, which gives us a more open look and feel. It also adds some extra headroom to the shower area, which as a big nerd, I appreciate. The air conditioner. This is a class exclusive. This is an industry first, actually. We have a industry first Whisper Quiet air conditioner in a ultralight travel trailer. That's not been done before. So there's a lot of awesome good facets going on in here already. We also have a double ducted air system. It's got a residential air return system where it's also known as racetrack ducting, where it whips around at the end of the run and continues to cycle in a continuous fashion. It's a great system, works very well. Now, there's multiple versions of this floor plan out there. I've already mentioned that quite a bit outside. This is very much, very similar to the Cougar version that we carry here, but they're not identical. They each have different qualities, and I like them both for different reasons. What I mean by that is a lot of manufacturers, they will stop this off-door slide right here as soon as you get to the microwave. But what they've done here at Highland is they've extended the countertop and the entertainment into the slide out. Now, it's giving us a couple very important benefits. First of all, more countertop space, which I already mentioned. And now in the Light series, as opposed to the Ultras, you get solid surface counters. You also get a single basin sink under that bamboo fitted cover right there. You get that giant farm sink, basically. But what you're getting here is this big opposing deep slide, spacious living room look and feel. Now, we'll come back to the kitchen for a minute, but one of the things people have often said on layouts like this is, well, I mean, it's nice and all, but there's no pantry, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The pantry's just over here. But what's great is, because of its location, it doesn't have to just be pantry. It's not really relegated to be only kitchen-centric, you know? This has hidden hinge cabinets throughout, and you got that very modern residential, like, shaker-style cabinetry, which is just very, very popular currently. Close these back up real quick. You can get a nice clean look at everything clean there. Now your slide here. Normally, this would have a dinette and a sofa. Not a dinofa, a dinette and sofa. I've got a guy who likes to call them dinofas. Actually, that's a different thing. We've determined that's a different thing. Anyway, got a lot of hardcore viewers here that like to come up with ideas and contribute, and I appreciate it. I really do, guys. Now, every brand brings something different to the table. Seating options like this are not something that we can get access to across different manufacturers. This is not completely exclusive, but most common to Highland Ridge RV. And is very much like a wraparound dinette like you might see in a toy hauler. But it's in a big full super slide. And what's awesome about this is by upgrading to the U lounge here, and remember that the one that we have in stock could be different, but this thing is the most flexible, functional thing out there. So first of all, let's talk slide. Let's remember, this is the industry's deepest ultralight slide at 39 inches deep. It is bigger. You've got more windows, and that's the other thing about this floor plan that I like. All of the windows over here in your living area, they're on the door side. You're looking at your campsite, not the neighbor's RV, although due to the frequency of new arrivals right now, we are looking at a neighbor RV. The other benefit here is this is the most flexible super slide seating arrangement there can possibly be in the industry. Like right now, I have it set up very much like a normal dinette and sofa type lounge, where you could sit on this nice little L lounge over here. If you choose to, you're directly across from the entertainment. You can really sit down, relax on a rainy day. You could kick your foot up sort of like a recliner, and you could just chill. You could just have a good time. However, when you turn around, you realize there's actually 2 locations where you can mount dining tables, and it includes 2 dining tables. You actually have one under each side of this little U-shaped lounge arrangement. There's another sofa or dining table hidden under the other side there. So you can have maximum dining space, or you can have a full open lounge. Now the middle section is actually a hide-a-bed with bonus storage below it. And here's another industry exclusive thing. This is a Highland Ridge exclusive. Nobody else has this. This is a carpetless floor flush slide out. No one else has done it in the way that Highland Ridge does. Now there's other manufacturers trying to find ways to do it, but no one's really replicated the success of this system yet. They patented it naturally so that other people can't. Now, I mentioned real quick that your kitchen countertops are solid surface. All other tops, tabletop countertop like in the bathroom, they're going to be called thermofoil. It's a sealed edged membrane so that water can't penetrate in there. Let me back up a little bit. I've jumped around a lot more than I normally prefer to. Want to make sure I haven't missed anything major here. We'll come back to the kitchen. I think we're good. All right, let's go. Bunkhouse. What they've done here, when I first saw this model, I was kind of like, I've seen this before, because like I said, we carry other versions of things like this. And then I got to looking real close at the fine details in the bunkhouse, because it is really the details that separate them. I've said before that RVs, they're like 97% the same, but 3% can make such a massive difference. 3% from a DNA standpoint is what separates humans from, orangutans or whatever? I mean, it can make a massive, massive difference. So by going with this little eat and go dinette right here, in another completely carpetless slide out, which is another awesome thing they've done here, they have created what can really be a true kids room. I've got it set up for like daytime function mode right now. You've obviously got a fold up down overhead bunk. What's neat is when you fold the dinette down into a sleeper, it folds down into a larger bed than a single bunk would normally be, and you're actually picking up a little bit of bonus storage beneath those benches there. Speaking of storage, that is something this model does very well. You've got that full storage rear wall, but what really first caught me on this model, what stopped me in my tracks, is I walked in and I looked at not one, but 2 true double bunks, and I went, holy crap. That has not really been done in the industry a lot in floor plans like this. You typically find one little bit bigger bunk over there above an outside kitchen and maybe one single bunk below. This has double bunks plus the 2 sleeping spaces in the slide itself. This is a bunkhouse potentially capable of sleeping 4 to 6. That is what really made me stop, go, wait a minute. You can sleep a lot of people in here. This is a really big deal. Now for entertainment, first of all, I love the fact that you have the ladder. Allow me to shift gears on the fly again real quick. But you have a ladder to be able to get to the upper bunk so you don't have to throw your kids. But please don't throw your kids, by the way. Entertainment hookups here for the kids on a rainy day, and something I noticed when I was taking my pictures I would have otherwise missed. Around this corner, you've got household and USB plugs, so the kids can also keep all their devices charged. Now, they were really generous about lighting in this bunkhouse, and I do really appreciate that extra skylight up there for ventilation. Well, it's actually not a skylight, it's a vent. But down here you see that, you've got all kinds of lighting, and it's so smart that they put, someone's going to say, why is this window on the rear wall, but this window is on the side wall? And the answer is because if the lower bunk window were against that wall right there, the outside kitchen door would block it. Now you don't have that problem. Now on the other side of the outside kitchen wall, you have this extra little, well not little, big bonus dresser drawer, and then you have an additional shelf closet space over here that's floor to ceiling storage. It's nearly 7 foot tall. So you've got dedicated closet space above with like potential shelf organizing space below. And again, the little details, kids are going to flip the door open. Well, you don't want that door handle to smash stuff. So they put a nice little door stopper down there. Little details make a big difference. And the fact that like every room, even the bunkhouse, has its own little individual light switch is such a classy touch. So again, all the windows are on the door side of the RV. Normally I'd cover that now. I already covered that earlier. Got to get out of my routine. Island is pure storage, which is another thing this model does extremely well. You've got nothing but storage inside of that island. And you've got nothing but storage on the other side of the island. And you've got nothing but storage on the other side of the island. Plus there's that pantry behind me that we already looked at. So this has a very good kitchen. That's an 8 cubic foot fridge freezer. You can obviously, the very sharp looking stainless appliance bundle going on here. And remember, in the Light series, as opposed to the Ultras, you get the one giant farmhouse sink with these cool little bamboo like cutting board covers right here. These are sharp. I like those. They got a good look and feel to them. And they are pretty much recessed so that you can use them for counter space. Bathroom. Awesome bathroom in this. I love that the bathroom's right by the door. A lot of people like bathrooms in RVs that have direct entry from the exterior. This basically accomplishes the same thing because you can open the main entry door and bang, the bathroom's right there. It's going to prevent a lot of extra foot traffic and dirt getting tracked through the RV. And you can see you've got lots of leg room in this bathroom. You can actually stand up in the shower. You can get dressed in here. Now, they're not the first ones to come up with this bathroom arrangement, but I don't care. They've done it extremely well. You know, that's the whole thing with the RV business. R&D doesn't stand for research and development. It stands for rip off and duplicate. And I don't care about that. I don't care about similarities. I enjoy similarities because I like having different options here at our dealership. I just like when things are done effectively. Like, again, remember, thermofoil countertops and the nicer stainless recessed sink here in the bathroom is an excellent touch. But if you really got a sharp eye and you understand RVs, you're looking at this blank wall right here going, man, did they really screw up and miss an opportunity for storage right there? And never fear, my friends, I've got you covered. Because up here in this master bedroom, which also has a handy little light switch, which is great, you have this huge storage closet, which is actually washer dryer prepped. Now, I'm not a big fan of washer dryers, especially in a travel trailer like this versus a full-time living fifth wheel. But I will take that extra storage capacity every single day of the week. I think they washer dryer prepped it just because they physically could because it was so big. It doesn't really cost a lot to like make something preppable. So you've got extra closet space in there. And what I love is it gives you the extra bedroom storage of something like, something Rockwood is very good at, is they'll do a closet slide in a travel trailer, which not a lot of brands do anymore. It's something that a lot of brands tried in like 2011, and Rockwood was really the only one that did it successfully. And it gives you all the extra storage of that closet slide from a Rockwood, but without the extra weight and cost of an additional slide. So it allowed them to put smart money in other places, like, say, the nicer countertops. This is a true queen bed, 80-inch true queen that you can walk around. You got your dual headboard outlets for phone charging and all that kind of good stuff. Remember, we got our laundry hamper here. I'm a fan of the his and hers side drawers. You got USB plugs for phone charging. Of course, you can put a TV against the wall across from the bed. I think we're good. I think you guys get the idea. You know, it's new. It's familiar but new. They didn't do it the same. They did it different, and that's what I like about this. This is very, very well done. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.